Hello, we're the Billboard Road Crew, and we would like to thank you for coming on this road trip with us. Um, Today's pit stop is our year-end lists, more specifically our best lists. Today's drivers are me, RoadRunner, Sundrop, and Triple Nine. Both of you guys say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so I I have to say that the best of this year is pretty freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You,
I had like way more picks for my best. I had way more candidates for my best list than my worst list by far.
mhm, for sure. Um, So I guess that we can start with our honorable mentions. Um, my first honorable mention is gonna have to be Rap Star by Polo G.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I feel like with this song, Polo G really came into his own and showed how versatile he was as a rapper, and with so many standout moments throughout the song, like shut the fuck, I mean, please don't talk, stuff like that. And the melancholic beat fits perfectly with the lyrics. So yeah, all around a great song.
I actually really enjoyed that one. I kind of like how he really delves into his mental health issues and what the stardom is like for him and how it's sort of affecting his head. And you don't really get that from a lot of like big rap singles, let alone
Hmm.
ones that top the Hot 100. So I gotta commend him for that.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Triple Nine, what was your first honorable mention?
My first one will probably have to be Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo.
Ooh,
Wonderful choice.
interesting choice.
Um, there are songs on the album that I like more, but this one grew on me. It is very much like a teenager song, but
Yeah,
there
definitely.
there is charm in it.
Hmm.
Wonderful. Yes, I absolutely agree. I was very close to making driver's license an honorable mention, like super super close, and I had to leave it off. It was too painful. Oh, I guess with that we can transition into my first honorable mention, right?
Hmm.
Right, that would have to be "Body" by Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, I kind of feel bad for putting Megan Thee Stallion in the dishonorable mentions twice, and I have to put some respect on how influential she's been on rap this year. But yeah, this
hmm,
one just has so much energy to it, and she spews the one-liners like crazy. It also spawned one of my. It also spawned one of the most fun choruses to say in 2021. Oh yeah, and the line "Any hoe got beef from years ago is beefing by herself" is easily the best line I've heard on a rap song all year. If those aren't words to live by, I don't know what are.
yeah. I mean, I kind of have to. That's a like a kind of like a hard disagree for me. I like Megan is so talented, but I kind of can't stand that song. I kind of find the chorus really annoying, and the beat is like really cool. Probably the best aspect, but yeah, I'm not fond of it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm with him on that. I will say, Diamonds, the song she did for the Birds of Prey movie last year, one of my favorite songs from last year.
Yeah, that was with
That was great.
that was with
Yeah,
Normani, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay,
yeah, that one was good.
okay.
Um, yeah. So moving on to my second honorable mention. So speaking of Olivia Rodrigo, Deja Vu made my second honorable mention. So
Okay, there
yeah,
you go.
I feel like this is the best single from Sour, period. The lyrics are cool and relatable, but the instrumental is what really stands out. The psychedelia elements, along with the more modern touches, already make this song feel like an instant classic. It was executed perfectly, but it was sadly had to be cut from the list, which shows that how good this year has been.
Yeah, Deja Vu was a great song. I think it was probably the first song, one of the first songs I reacted to on TikTok. I remember that week I did Saint Vincent and BTS. It was film out,
Oh wow.
and yeah, and I was absolutely stunned by how well this song was crafted. It was something. It's like so nostalgic and dreamlike. It's very glossy in its production, and you really get a feel for just how devastated Olivia is by the breakup.
Hmm.
So another
Yeah.
great banger from Olivia.
I think Deja Vu is pretty divisive because I've seen some people who really cannot stand it.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
You'll see where I stand on it.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh. Hmm.
So what was
Eyebrows
your
raised.
second honorable mention? Triple nine.
Chasing After You by Ryan Hurd and Maren Morris.
Great song. I like that one.
Wow. Interesting.
Uh, yeah, I don't really have a lot to say aside from it's just a really good song.
Hmm.
Okay. When it came to that song, what is it? Chasing After You, right?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. That one I believe a lot of people have said is one of the better country hits from this year. It wasn't really something that I was super into. It was really nice, and it was a candidate for this list. But uh, overall,
If anything, it's one of the better country hits from this year just by default.
yeah,
Because if you look at what was big this year
mhm,
in country,
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Plus it has
definitely.
Mary, plus that has Maren Morris, and she always turns out great stuff.
oh
Oh yeah,
yeah,
of course.
definitely.
Mhm,
My Church is still a fantastic song.
mhm.
Hmm.
Anyway, why don't I reveal my second honorable mention?
Hmm.
That was Waukesha by Moneybagg Yo.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is sort of a left field pick that many people may not have seen coming, including myself. In a genre that constantly glorifies consuming alcohol, it is nice to see a rapper acknowledging his own addiction and how it's ruining him.
Hmm.
Plus, the song has my favorite sample of this year. He took the barges, Stay With Me, and slowed it down to resemble a world that's much drowsier and sad. Perhaps this guy really is worth looking into.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Waukesha. Yeah, as I said, I really like how he's confronting his own addiction with lean and all that stuff, and how how it's portrayed, especially with like the name of the sample is like Foolish Games, and that's
Hmm.
like hinting at what's happening with him and his addiction. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
was
it's a really
great.
good song.
Mhm. Triple Nine, any thoughts on that?
No,
Okay, all right. So then,
Yeah,
Roadrunner, you
yeah,
have your
I go.
final honorable mention, right?
Yep.
Right.
So uh, I was really sad I had to cut this one from the best list, but my final honorable mention will have to be Willow by Taylor Swift.
Ooh,
Um,
oh
this
god,
was
that was a good one.
yeah, this was sadly had to be cut, but yeah, Willow is such a beautiful song, and the lyrics are so descriptive. She did an amazing job with everything, and you can actually feel like the magical cold atmosphere that she was trying to project during the song. It's just all so great.
Yeah, Willow is a beautiful song. I haven't listened to Evermore yet because I'm still emotionally wrecked by Folklore. But when I listened to Willow, I thought it was just so gorgeous in its production.
Yeah,
Like, wow.
agreed.
Ah, God. Now I really have. I might have to visit it now. So,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, triple nine. What was your uh final honorable mention?
Montero (parentheses Call Me by Your
Ooh.
Name)
hmm.
by Lil Nas X.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, it.
Yeah, it's fun. Um, I I'm just looking at the song itself. I mean, the context of it being like gay man making a song about gay stuff and it being a huge hit. That's great. I I'm just gonna look at the song itself. It's fun. It's catchy. Um, I think the image of him giving a lap dance to Satan is going to be stuck in just every person's head for the rest of human existence. Like, even if you weren't alive when that video was released, you're gonna know about it just
Oh yeah.
through osmosis, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
But there, I don't know, just the 10 songs that did make it onto my list just, affected me more.
All right.
hmm
That's
But
understandable.
still a great song.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
I won't have much to say now because I'm gonna speak on it later.
I don't have much to say about it
Ooh.
either right now. That'll be saved for one of my other entries. So,
Yeah.
um, I think with that we can go on to my final honorable mention, and
Hmm.
that was "Kiss Me More" by Doja Cat featuring SZA.
Oh, okay.
I think this one is very cutesy. She makes her romance sound so inviting with her sensual singing and her joyous rapping, talking about lip gloss hickeys and gin and juice for dinner. The bass guitar also does
Hmm.
a great job adding a sleek feel to it. SZA elevates the song with her beautiful singing as expected. I see this becoming a very important song in Doja Cat's catalog, the Doja Cat a
Hmm.
log. So,
Put the rim shot here.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good song. Yeah, that's all. I feel like it doesn't. There's not enough elements that really stand out for it to be like better than good. But yeah,
okay.
I like listening to it whenever I hear it.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Triple Nine?
No,
Okay,
no,
so
not really.
I think with that we can get into the list proper. So Triple Nine, you're
Official
gonna start
list.
us off.
So I had a hard time deciding whether to put um, Montero on my best list or Industry Baby.
Mm.
Montero is in my honorable mentions, so number 10 is going to be the other one.
Industry baby,
Yes.
nice.
Let's
Industry
go.
Baby by Lil Nas X featuring Jack Harlow. Now, the song itself is great, but the reason I put this on my best list is for one very simple reason. Um, I saw a review on Amazon for a book that was not good, and someone left a 1-star review that said, "This book sucks. Stream Industry Baby."
Oh,
And then they put in the text, they put the lyrics to Industry Baby, and I was just like, "Whoever you are, you have won the internet."
oh my God, that was me.
Oh,
I'm
wow,
not even
small
kidding.
world.
That was yeah, that was me.
I
Really?
yeah,
What
I
the
was
heck?
like, "Wait, who was that again?"
What the
So
heck?
so yeah, thank you so much for doing that.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it
This
was
is this is
deserved.
a this is a huge coincidence, a
So
delightful
you're the
coincidence.
reason this is on my best list in a way.
Well,
So thank you.
you're welcome. Um, yeah, I mean, it deserves. Yeah, I mean, I have more to say later, but yeah, definitely an excellent song.
Yeah, I have more to say later myself. So I will say there's a great song.
Um,
All
yeah,
right,
I guess Sundrop. What was your number 10?
you want me to go?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So my number 10 pick was "No More Parties" by Koi Lee featuring Lil Durk.
Ooh.
So
Coy Lee Ray.
Koi Lee. Yes. So why don't we start off with the left field pick? This was this was a song I hadn't listened to before this list, but after I played it once, I was instantly attached to it. You just have to listen to that piano composition, which gives off a
Hmm.
very bittersweet feeling. Plus, the echo it projects sort of adds to the dramatic layers of things. Of course, you can't really talk about the song without addressing the nasty feud it sparked between Coily Ray and her dad Benzino. These two had so many angry exchanges back and forth on social media thanks to that line insulting him in the first verse. And as you'd expect, you had so many people taking different sides in this twisted tale of internet drama. Fortunately, they seem to have totally settled everything. I was also surprised by how well Lil Durk's part fits. You just have these two young rappers talking about wanting to leave toxicity out of their lives, which involves leaving wild parties behind and surrounding themselves
Hmm.
with people who will serve as positive influences. They've been through some bad weather, like fights with their siblings and backstabbing homies, but they're gonna make a push to see brighter days. On top of that, you have Coy and Dirk showing gratitude for the things they've managed to attain through all the struggles, like his strong romance with India. Which, by the way, I will say this is great timing since they're now engaged with each other, or engaged to each other. So it's a song about reflecting and moving forward, and I always give props to a song that can harness that vibe.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a lot of respect for this song. I also definitely feel that Coi Leray gets a lot of hate for no reason apart from being like a woman in hip hop.
Hmm.
But yeah, I definitely have a lot of respect, and it's yeah, a very pleasant listen. And yeah, Lil Durk does a great job too. But yeah, I feel like she has a lot of potential for the future as well. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, a lot of potential. A lot of potential. Um, Triple Nine. Any thoughts on my entry?
Not really. No.
Okay. So Roadrunner. Why don't
So
we listen to yours?
yes. So for my number 10, it's gonna be Telepatia by Kali Uchis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
So I will start off by saying that this year that Spanish music has finally clicked with me.
Yay.
Like before, I was never really into a lot of the stuff that ended up making the year end or anything, but literally almost every Spanish song this year is either good to like amazing.
Nice.
Shout out to Peppers by Faruko, which it looks like it's Ali going to get caught between years, but that's also amazing. Anyway,
Hmm.
talking about Telepatia, this song is so beautiful in so many ways. The synths are so luscious and easy on the ears. Caliucci's approach um, for like switching from Spanish to English is very interesting and adds a lot of character to the song. I can't wait to see what Cali does in the future.
All right. So this is a song that I'm gonna have a lot more to say on as we continue.
Hmm.
So I will save my thoughts for now.
Yeah. And you
Mhm.
triple nine?
Man, I had a hard time cutting out Telepatia from my honorable mentions.
Oh man.
Oh wow. Yeah. Um.
Great
But
song.
anyway, moving on to number nine. Um. Sundrop. You could start us off.
All right. My number 9 pick was Industry Baby by Lil Nas X featuring Jack Harlow.
Wow.
So spoiler alert, Call Me by Your Name is not on the list. Um, sorry guys. Of course, it's a fun, well-crafted song. It was an important moment for so many queer listeners. Like any rapper who pisses off the likes of Steven Crowder is doing something right. Like that's a trophy in and of itself.
Agreed.
But Montero, Call Me by Your Name just didn't connect with me that much personally. If there's any song from Lil Nas X that exhilarated me this year, it's easily Industry Baby. It feels like Nas's victory lap, where he's celebrating the last 2 years, where he worked his way to become the most iconic rapper in the world. A song like this requires a slick drum line, an intense trap beat, and an epic brass section. And I would absolutely expect Nas to make a checklist out of all of that. This is the type of song basketball player. This is the type of song basketball players listen to when they're warming up. Like I bet Steph Curry
Mhm.
broke that new record thanks to our Montero boy. Um,
Yeah.
to add another special layer to the recipe, you have the other big new name in rap, Jack Harlow, coming in to spit fire. He does everything from shutting down trolls to basking in his newly achieved glory to giving us the best clapping effect the year had to offer. What also made the song shine is its unity. Lil Nas X is in the verses declaring his self love as a gay man, with the straight Jack coming on the track. Yeah, that was a rhyme. Giving his support. You get a very wholesome feeling from this pair working together. These two are leading rap music into the future, and that's about as big of a blessing as you could ask for. Suck on that, Boozy.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Like I said, I'll have more to say, but of course, I'm in agreement with everything you said there.
Oh, nice.
Me too.
All right, so
Uh,
Roadrunner, you're number 9, right?
yes. So my number nine is gonna have to be "Leave Before You Love Me" by Marshmello and the Jonas Brothers.
Oh, that's a good pick. That's a good
Yeah, I've always had a soft spot for both acts, and so after hearing that they released a song, I knew I was gonna love it from the start. Um, and I'm glad that they're actually getting some critical acclaim. This song is getting some critical acclaim amongst the Billboard community.
Wonderful.
Marshmello making that retro beat and actually giving it some justice, while Joe and Nick have some of their best performances yet, just make for such a great song.
That's yeah. Uh, this is another song I'm gonna have more to say on later.
Ooh,
Yes.
seems like we have a lot of similarities.
Oh, many similarities.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Uh, Triple Nine. What was your number nine?
Willow by Taylor Swift.
Ah,
Ooh.
there you go.
Yeah. To be honest, I personally have revisited Folklore way more than Evermore, but
Hmm.
Willow is just more of this type of sound done beautifully well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a beautiful song.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
and I just gotta put out there that, in my opinion, Evermore is a bit better than Folklore. But
ooh, okay.
Um, we will talk after this.
okay.
Serious discussion.
Um. Yeah. So moving on, my number 8 is gonna have to be Dakiti by Bad Bunny featuring Jay Cortez.
Okay, okay.
So, continuing my love for Spanish music this year, just everything about this, um, the ominous, dark atmosphere. This is probably one of Tiny's best beats he's ever made, and also has one of the best pop music moments of the year, in my opinion, with when the beat drops out in the beginning of the chorus and comes back
Oh
way
yeah.
harder than when it left, and it's just yeah, everything about this is so great.
Takiti. That one I really thought was pretty good. I don't know if it was enough to make my best list, but it did
Hmm.
have a really nice vibe to it. I do think the production is very, very well crafted.
Hmm.
Not my favorite, but it is something that I will turn on if the right moment calls for it.
Yeah, you triple nine.
I personally didn't care that much for this song,
Hmm.
to be completely honest. I think a lot of the Spanish music that gets really popular just doesn't really do a lot for me. Though I probably should listen to more like Spanish language stuff. Now that I think about it, I keep meaning to.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
completely fair. Um, so what was your number 8? Triple nine.
Starting Over by Chris Stapleton.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So his album of the same name is fantastic.
Hmm.
Um, word of warning: do not listen to the track Maggie song in front of other people.
All right.
Why?
I will remember that.
Uh, it's about a dog. That's all I'll say.
Oh,
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I see I
okay.
see what you're saying.
Um,
But yeah, the title track, Starting Over, fantastic song. Um, easily my favorite Chris Stapleton project to date.
hmm. Yeah. I mean, I would have to say that Starting Over might be my favorite country hit, like in the past few years. Like how like raw everything feels. It literally feels like the production is so bare and all that, and that's what makes it special. Like Chris Stapleton's voice is amazing and all that. So yeah, can agree with you there.
Starting over for me was a pretty good track. It wasn't something that I could connect with deeply, but I do think it was nicely crafted. When it came to, if I gotta be honest, when it came to country this year, probably the country song that had the biggest chance of entering my best list was Eric Church's "Hell of a View."
Mm,
So I wasn't too big on country this year, but starting over is a pretty good song. By the way, did you guys know that Tennessee Whiskey was certified diamond?
wow.
Really?
Yeah,
The song?
yeah, the song by Chris Stapleton.
How did that happen?
I guess a lot of people listen to it. Like
Well,
that's
I mean the album's not even like 2 years old. That's fast.
I know. Like damn, go Chris.
Wow.
So I think
Yeah.
with that we could pivot into my number 8 pick,
Hmm.
and that was "Heartbreak Anniversary" by Giveon. Thinking
Yeah.
back, thinking back to the Grammys, probably the biggest upset at this year's ceremony was John Legend beating out Giveon for Best R&B Album. It was mostly because of this track. Giveon really sells the image of a distraught man who dearly misses his partner and has to relive the yearly memory of when she called it quits. His voice is so perfect for this kind of production, and it portrays so much anguish as he's thinking back to the breakup. You also have to appreciate the metaphors he uses, like the deflated balloons and the unopened presents. The presents could symbolize how there was so much untapped potential between him and his ex, and how they could never unravel their true feelings for one another. The guy really commits to the anniversary theme, let me tell you. But of course, you can't get enough of the sound. The drum work is just so pure in its nature, and the piano is so dreary, like it represents the life being washed out of Giveon like watercolors. Wikipedia refers to this as electro R&B, and that's most likely due to the guitar sound that he has throughout the tune. It's probably something produced on a synth, but it sounds guitarish enough. Heartbreak Anniversary is easily one of the most soulful tracks to become a hit this year. And with his giant collab with Justin Bieber, I can only hope that Giveon is given a lot more.
Yeah, this was actually my final cut from honorable mentions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it it is really great. Giveon is such an amazing singer, and that paired up with the that very like with that electric guitar, as you said, all of it, it's just makes for a really great song.
Okay. Triple Nine, what do you think of Heartbreak Anniversary?
Saving it.
Oh, okay. There we go. All
Yep.
right.
Um, I guess we can move on to number seven, which I believe I'm starting. Oh no.
I think it's Triple Nine.
Oh yeah, Triple Nine is starting.
Yeah.
Take My Breath by The Weekend.
Ooh, nice pick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, I'm trying to. How many singles has The Weekend released from After Hours now? Like, I'm trying to remember if I've heard them all.
More than
Um,
more
Like
than 10
around
at least.
five, I think.
I would say more than
uh,
10, but
so Take My Breath is not my favorite, but it's still a fantastic song. Nice 80s throwback. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that's about it. It's kind of it's sort of one of those things where, like, in the context of just the album itself, it's not one of the strongest highlights, but in terms of the hits of the year, it's easily one of the best.
Yeah. I actually believe this is his first single off of his next album that's coming out in 2022.
Oh, so he's just doing another After Hours then.
Yeah, basically. And
Interesting.
I do believe that like this Take My Breath is more true to the 80s. Like at least everything off of After Hours had like a modern spin to it. This track literally feels like it was made in the 80s, apart from that
You
bridge.
you you could have put it in the Tron soundtrack, essentially.
Yeah.
you could actually.
Uh
If they had made Tron Legacy 11 years later, then Mika would have been put it like
Oh,
mentioned the
hey,
whole
Daft
track.
Punk and The Weeknd did collaborate a couple
mhm,
times.
That's true. That's true.
yeah. But yeah, it's a good song. I feel like it doesn't take that extra step like a lot of the After Hours singles did, but yeah, it's not bad whatsoever. It's really good.
Yeah, and I think it has a nice little 80s vibe to it as well. Perfectly crafted. It has a nice groove to it, and I would definitely play it on repeat.
Hmm. So, Sundrop, what was your number seven?
All right, my number 7 was "Leave Before You Love Me" by Marshmello and the Jonas Brothers. There is no way this song should have worked. Like, how is it even possible? You
Yeah.
have two musical acts who are more often than not turn out some pretty basic hits that don't make any creative choices, and they're coming together for a song. This should have been another bland pop tune meant to fill up the radio. But looky here,
Hmm.
the boys exceeded my expectations. They're on a call with this girl they're on a call with this girl who they slept with the night before, and they're explaining how they chose to end their relationship immediately because he didn't want to see it develop over time, only for it to implode spectacularly. The brothers really do a great job showing pessimism about what the future held for them and this girl, and wanting to save her from any turmoil that could have risen had their relationship even began. Obviously, the production is another huge driving force for the track. I actually just learned that they sampled the tune from David Martin's "Can't Smile Without You," which is a lot slower
Oh
in
wow.
tempo and relies more on violins. I think Marshmello and Co. really managed to update it for a more modern pop song. Along with those mystifying guitar riffs, the bass line and drums really add to the framing of the song, almost as if you're right there with Nick and Joe as they're cruising down the road in the dark, letting the sorrow stew within them. I'm still very surprised this made it onto my best list, and if I hear more of these, perhaps this marshmallow won't be melting away, after all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. As you know, I said my piece on the songs. But yeah,
God, it's so great. Anyway, Roadrunner,
yeah.
what about your number seven?
My number seven is "My Ex's Best Friend" by Machine Gun Kelly featuring Black Bear.
Oh my God, Black
This
Bear,
song dominated the alternative
Black
charts.
Bear.
Yeah. So, if you asked me where I would have put this in the middle of the year, it probably would have been top three. Even though this has grown off me the tiniest bit, I still think it's awesome. And it's not even the best song on MGK's album. Um, on this song, I really love the mix of synthetic and natural drums from Travis Barker throughout the song. And MGK and Black Bear have some really great chemistry. And I really hope that MGK continues this streak he's on, which my hope is dying down after hearing Paper Cuts. But yeah, but yeah, hopefully he can continue this up.
When it came to my ex's best friend, I wasn't like too crazy about it because I don't really, I didn't really get into it that much personally. But one thing I will
Hmm.
commend NGK for is really helping lead the charge for rock music to make a comeback in pop
Oh
culture.
yeah.
Like that is like a major plus that I give him.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, he's definitely one of the people in the forefront of this new rock
mhm.
thing that's been going on. Um,
So I think
yeah.
if oh yeah, you were gonna say something?
Oh no. I was gonna ask for what was Triple Nine's opinion?
Oh yeah. Oh, what do you think of my ex's best friend?
The song is okay, but I would like to point out, Sundrop, you didn't ask me what I thought of Leave Before You Love Me.
Oh yeah, no, no. Oh my god, I'm
Oh
so
wow.
sorry. Well, let's go back to that for a second. What do you think of that song?
I do like the song, but I'm a little confused because if Marshmello can make a great song, why didn't he do that when he worked with churches?
Oh,
And I
true.
need
And
you
to be
here with
fair,
me.
I don't dislike Here With Me,
Yeah,
but like, no, why?
yeah. He could have made a song like this with churches, and it would have slapped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean the parts with Lauren Mayberry are untouchable, like
Hmm.
usual. But
Yeah.
anyway, my ex's best friend. I I like it. I don't love it. That's really all I have to say.
Yeah.
Um, oh, actually, aside from, I do think Machine Gun Kelly should take some singing lessons because he's not
Oh.
a terrible singer, but there's room for improvement.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Of course.
Okay. So,
Um.
um, so
So I
I
guess
think
we're moving on to number.
number six, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I.
Uh. Yeah. You're starting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Me. That's okay. Number six, "Leave the Door Open" by Silk Sonic.
Hmm.
I gotta say, 2021 was a great year to name your song with the word "leave." But yeah, this was such an obvious choice that my list would feel naked without it. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak just came out of the blue and gave the world a glorious piece of music. It has such an inviting atmosphere. Every line these two lay out surprises you with its charisma. The way they talk about their warm pools, their appetite for fillets, and their openness to budding foreplay all just seem so silly, but they sell it with such a strong charm. They let this girl know that if she ever wants to give them a chance, they'll be right there for her, and they will absolutely live up to their promise. Even the binding foreplay. In terms of instrumentals, there's too much to touch on with "Leave the Door Open." Everything from the crescendoing drums at the start, the joyous piano, the added touch of tambourines, the jubilant backup singers. It's so flavorful in its sound. You really have to admire all the work that Anderson, Bruno, and the rest of their team put into making this a joyride. Like I discussed in my album reaction, I think the whole Silk Sonic project really helped Bruno Mars reestablish some of his musical credibility, since people were sort of getting tired of his whole retro shtick. Joining forces with an R&B pioneer like Anderson .Paak was a real boost for him. with the album being released only last month, can't begin to imagine the kind of legacy it'll leave behind. An evening with Silk Sonic is a lifetime with Silk Sonic.
Oh, yeah. Um, yeah. Again, if you asked me about Leave the Door Open, like right as it came out, I would have been like, oh, this would have to be up there. But since hearing the entire album and other singles, this song is still great. I just feel like it warmed on me a little with seeing how much better they can make songs like Smoking Out the Window and Skate, at least for me.
Oh, Smoke It Out the Window is just so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I was in a Cold Stone a short while ago, and they played "Smoking Out the Window," and they did that, and then continued the line.
Uh,
Oh man.
that kind of ruins the punch of it.
No,
But
no,
I
no.
yeah,
That
I get
that's the glue that holds it together.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it's still a great song.
Okay. Roadrunner,
Uh,
it's your turn. Oh,
what?
oh, sorry.
Watch leave. Watch an evening with Silk Sonic and 30 by Adele clean house at the Grammys in 2023.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's yeah. They're gonna stomp on everybody. It'll be devastating.
which
Yeah.
deservedly so. Both
Mhm.
albums are great.
Yeah, both albums are great. So Roadrunner, I think number you have to say number
Yes.
6 now.
Yeah. So number 6 would have to be "Levitating" by Dua Lipa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This song is just like a ride and a half. Like Dua Lipa, seriously, not one bad single this entire Future Nostalgia run. This song has so much energy, and I was so glad when it actually became a hit after hearing the album. Admittedly, the Baby remix is better. I feel like he adds a little flair to it. So I'm kind of sad that I mean, understandably so, but his credit was removed from the year end.
Hmm.
But the original still bangs. Um, Future Nostalgia um, is an album to behold, and this song was a nice big close off to the Weekend slash Dua Lipa throwback era that popularized the whole genre.
Oh yeah,
So yeah.
it was like a party with those two.
Hmm.
Levitating is a really great song. I loved it so much. Um, the baby feature, yeah, like I think you pretty much said everything I felt about it. But Dua Lipa's Levitating was one of many highlights on Future Nostalgia, and I cannot
Hmm.
give it any. And like I can't stop saying good things about it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dua Lipa, absolute goddess. Can't say anything. Can't
of
say
course.
anymore. Oh,
Triple Nine, your thoughts?
You'll hear them later.
Oh,
there we go. There you go.
hmm. And what's your number 6?
Heartbreak Anniversary. You
Hey.
can just you can just repeat what Sundrop said.
Okay.
Yeah. Um.
Great song.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. You got it. Um.
So yeah. Moving on to my number 5, I'm gonna have to choose "Industry Baby" by Lil Nas X featuring Jack Harlow.
Oh, it's
Um.
here.
Yes, finally. Yeah, Lil Nas X is it was 2021 was his year,
Oh
and
yeah.
in this song he's basking in it, and rightfully so. This year he was officially out of one hit wonder territory, and I'm just really excited. Like before this album came out, I was scared that like every other single after Montero would flop, but yeah, I'm really happy that this did so well. The song with its very triumphant horns and Lil Nas sounding as confident as ever. Also Jack Harlow with his great guest verse. It's all
Hmm.
so great. But this might not be Lil Nas X's last appearance on the list.
Oh, there you go. Hmm. Mysterious.
Was Lil Nas X one hit wonder before this? Because he did also have Panini.
Oh yeah, I
Hmm.
forgot about that. So yeah, maybe one album wonder
Yeah. Yeah. He
or one
probably.
EP.
Yeah. He's like. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
But
You're thinking of like what's happening with Roddy Rich, where like one year he's big and the next year he's like, "Who are
Hmm.
you again?"
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that didn't happen with Lil Nas X, and I'm still a little upset that happened with Roddy Rich, but yeah, that's also understandable. Um, but yeah, since we've all spoken about it, Triple Nine, what was your number five?
Apparently, a lot of people don't like the song, but I very clearly remember the first time I heard it in November of last year, and thinking, "God, this goes hard." Therefore, I am by Billie Eilish.
Oh,
Mm,
nice.
yeah.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, the song about flipping off the press
Hmm.
has to be done very delicately in order to land, um, which it does, thankfully here. Um, for reasons that I think are kind of hard to articulate, she just has a sort of attitude that makes it work.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, yeah, this song is really good. Um, I feel like even though it is really good, when I first heard it in November, I thought it was a bit of a step down um, from most of everything on When We All Fall Asleep. But yeah, still a really good song.
Yeah, therefore I am. I had a lot of fun with. I love how like taunting it is in its nature. They make some really cool creative choices when it comes to like constructing the beat. And let me tell you something. Billy of all people is completely is yeah like Billy of all people like should be making a song like this because let me tell you something. She put up with some real bullshit this year.
Oh yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna get into it, but let me just say it got me steaming mad.
Well,
Hmm.
I mean, when you're that tends to happen when you're a woman in pop music who's as big as Billy is.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Of course.
Sadly, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um.
um. So, Sundrop, what was your number five?
All right, here we go. Controversy time. My number five pick was "Stay" by the Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Oh boy, some people
yeah.
will have beef with this one, especially since it's right above Silk Sonic. I already revealed that this was my most played song of the year on my Spotify Wrapped playlist, and I don't think I have any shame in that. The reason I consider this song to be miles better than Without You is because Kid Laroi has a lot more acknowledgement that this romance is failing because of him. He's the one who made all the big mistakes, and now he's panicking to win his girl back. It doesn't strike me as manipulative, but rather desperate, and that's a ballpark Kid
Hmm.
Laroi can definitely play in. I've seen some people say that Kid Laroi isn't right for this kind of sound, but I actually appreciate his rougher vocal delivery. Also, and I'm not even joking, this might be my favorite singing performance from Justin Bieber. He allows his voice to float to various heights that add to the somber emotions he's projecting, and his tone sounds very sincere. But of course, the biggest star in this track is its producer, Charlie Puth. I'm sort of worried that
Hmm.
Charlie may not score his own hits on Billboard again, which is a shame because he really carved out his own identity over the years. But if anything, I have great hopes that Stay will garner him more work as a producer, given how well he could elevate Kid Laroi and Bieber's vocals and capture the feeling of a crumbling world. Not to mention that intense beat on the final chorus. I know TikTok is
Yeah.
certainly rooting for him. I'm not sure what direction Kid Laroi is going to take his craft, and I'm not even sure it's going to be a good direction that I like. But this song, I would definitely say, is a crowning achievement of his.
Hmm. Stay. Stay is pretty decent. Like I do think Killer is kind of a non-presence on it, but I really find Justin Bieber fits really well on the instrumental, and the instrumental itself is pretty well executed. So even though I'm not like so crazy about it, it is way better than Without You, and it is pretty decent. So
Well, most things are better than without you.
true.
Oh, yes.
Your thoughts, Triple Nine?
It's a good song. It is unfortunate that it is performed by the Kid Leroy and Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
I felt similarly about Bieber's song "Anyone."
Hmm.
Just for the record.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so moving on to our number four,
I think. Wait,
triple nine.
wait. Did we all go? Did we all say our number fives?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was "Therefore I Am."
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So moving on to number four, triple nine. Yeah. You could start us off.
So when I said I cut Telepatia out of my honorable mentions, I lied. My number four is
Oh.
Telepatia.
Wow.
Wow.
This is just um, Kali Uchi's. However, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her album from 2018, Isolation, was fantastic, and
Hmm.
her latest album is also fantastic. This song in particular, love it. Um, I feel like on this album she more strongly embraces her heritage,
Yeah.
which she pulls off spectacularly.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I've said my piece on it, but yeah, agreed.
uh, you know what?
Um.
Why don't we move on to my number four? How about that?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna give my thoughts.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give thoughts on Triple Nine's pick for number four because my pick is also Telepatia by Kali Uchis.
Heyo.
Yeah. So here we have.
That'll be fun to visualize.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So here we have another song that I was very delighted to have played in my year-end listening. In fact, I don't think I really knew much about Kali Uchis before this year. I reacted to two of her songs this year, and I thought they were fine, but this was the song that really got me on board. She's yearning for a guy that's far away from where she is, and they're not able to meet up with each other in person, but they can share a spiritual connection and still feel each other's love. I'm sure that's a message people can use in a time like this. When she sings, she
Mhm.
sounds so entranced by her own words, like she's in a state of hypnosis for this guy she's longing for. Plus, the sound is just so euphoric in its nature. It's like you're literally floating on a cloud that's taking you on a journey through the sky. I just love how those guitar strums enter the chorus, adding so much authenticity. I'm also a fan of the drumming and the sonic feel to it. This song was produced by Tiny, who appears to be turning into a heavyweight producer in the Latin music scene. Summer of Love was sort of my introduction to him, and I was pretty underwhelmed by it. But after hearing Telepatia, I've come to believe that I misjudged him, and I'll need to check out more of his work. The same can be said for Kali Uchis. If she has more to offer aside from this bilingual bop, then I have to see what I've been missing.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I guess since we've all spoken on it, I'll just move on to my number four,
All right.
and this is Sundrop. You might disagree with this because
Okay.
we've talked about this
Oh,
on
I know what
the
this
worst
is.
list.
I know what this is.
So, my number four is "Streets" by Doja Cat.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes,
Yeah.
this song was the first song to ever click with me from Doja Cat. 2020 for me, a bunch of her stuff was just meh or like decent at best. Um, but yeah, after I heard the drop this January, I was already like, it already, what's the word? Yeah, it already just got me. The atmosphere of the song is so potent and alluring. Doja sells her desperation, and the rapping in part two is a very, in the second part is a very welcome change. And yeah, I don't think I'll ever be tired of this song, even with how many times I've re-listened to it. Um, and yeah, Doja really has something special here, at least for me, which I know Sanjabi disagree with.
I do disagree with that a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I've pretty much already said everything I wanted to on Streets. We've already had
Hmm.
our squabble over it, if you would call it.
Yeah.
So I'll just we could just move on from here.
It. I said this in one of Sundrop's Grammy streams. It will never not feel weird that the bitch I'm a cow lady now has like a sort of respected career as a hit maker.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
insane. Like
Yeah, has
Christ.
was like tied for the most year-end entries this year.
Good for Doja.
Yeah.
Yes, good for Doja. All right, so with that, I think we can move on to our number three picks.
Hmm.
And who's starting off?
You are.
Oh, me. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
All right, so my number three pick was POV by Ariana Grande.
Mm.
Right. I feel like I didn't pay enough attention to positions this year. That's largely because there were so many other big albums that I wanted to focus on, but also because I didn't think Ariana could follow up how brilliant Thank You Next was. But that shouldn't have been a huge concern of mine, because if anything, that album proved how she'll continue pushing herself to see what kind of music she can pump out. And POV was a huge example of that. For starters, the production is very soothing and intimate. You feel like it's helping you lay down in bed and prepare for a night of much needed sleep and enter a wonderful dreamlike state. Those water sound effects at the beginning almost set the scene, like you're walking through nature. Which is fitting because Ari sings to this guy as if her entire life depends on him. She is so enamored by him to the point where she doesn't understand what he sees in her and would love to understand herself from his perspective to boost her self confidence. Even if some of the lines feel like filler, she sings them with so much earnestness, and it feels like every single word of hers carries depth. There's just so much emotion tangled within the track, and it's especially heavy when you remember that Ari has been dealing with severe mental health issues over the years due to many unfortunate events in her life. The song, it makes you feel hopeful that Ariana has found someone who can provide her the support she needs, and that's enough to pull at the strings of my heart, like on the strings on this tune.
Yeah. I have to agree with you. POV is an amazing song. Um, Probably the best single from um, what's the album?
Positions.
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 Yes. Um, yeah. It. Uh, Her vocal chops on that song is insane, and yeah, it's all great.
Great. Triple nine. Any thoughts on POV?
I know I've listened to Positions, the album. I don't remember how POV goes, but I do remember, as I said in the worst list video, thinking that the album was pretty decent. So that's probably how I felt about POV.
Okay. Great.
Um, so moving on to my number three, I feel like this is a pretty big hot take. It's gonna have to
Okay.
be "Beggin" by Måneskin.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Those are the people driving my channel forward.
Yes.
Hey.
Uh, yeah, amazing song. They take the Madcon version, which is a version I'm very lukewarm on to begin with, and give so much energy and presence. Um, I know people think Damiano's voice on that song is very screechy or like he's not singing well, but I think he's singing amazingly and performs the hell out of the cover. Um, I can see Måneskin as a whole making great bangers in the future, and I wish them luck and more mainstream success as their career goes on. I guess Eurovision really picked out a great one this year.
Oh god, these are like
They're one of the good
they
ones.
are
Oh
one of the
no.
good ones. Yeah. Like I'm this band's bitch at this point. Like they're giving my channel so many views.
Yeah.
um
um,
I actually didn't mind this song too much. I thought it was a really neat cover of a very, very old classic. You know how they sort of like updated it, and it had some energy to it. It had some like real like kick to it, and it really, like I said, it introduced me to a great band. So I gotta say, I don't think it's unearned.
yeah. Your thoughts, Triple Nine?
Um, I know that there are people who don't like the song. Like, I don't want to name names, but I
Hmm.
was asked to proofread the script for somebody's worst list, and they had Beggin on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for a fact that there are people who would very strongly disagree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I personally think it's the instrumental is very catchy. Um, Lead singer's voice is definitely an acquired taste, let's say.
Yeah.
Like it's a voice that you expect to be making this kind of rock music. Like
Mm-hmm.
on I Want to Be Your Slave or I Want to Be Your Slave 2, also known as Mamma Mia, because it's just I
Hmm.
Want to Be Your Slave again.
Yeah.
Um, that that kind of rock um, complements his voice very well. Like his voice
Mhm.
fits that style very well. Beggin is entirely subjective.
Yeah. Yeah, and let me add that you can tell that his singing has been better since the cover. That I don't know if it was some vocal training or what, but you can tell that his singing has become better.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, triple nine. What was your number three?
Måneskin's cover of "Bury a Friend" by Billie Eilish, which is an actual thing they did.
Oh my God, I have to see this.
I'll have to look that up too. Um, but is that?
My actual number 3 pick is "Levitating" by Dua
Oh,
Lipa.
there you go.
Hmm.
Asterisk the original,
The original, nice.
The
because
original.
the baby's verse is fine, pretty fun, but the original by Dua Lipa.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I it what can I say? It's "Levitating" by Dua Lipa. It's a fun song. Um, just so magnetic in its energy, and it it's always it's like a sighting of a comet when a song that didn't wasn't a number one hit still makes the top of the year-end list. Like that happened on mainstream rock this year too, with a "Bring Me the Horizon" song.
Okay.
So it's cool that that happened twice.
hmm yeah,
Yeah.
Levitating was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I already shared my thoughts in it. So why don't we do our number two picks now?
Yes. So my number two pick is Montero. Call Me by Your Name by Lil Nas X.
Hey, nice.
Yeah. Um, yeah, as I said before, this wasn't going to be the last time he was going to appear on the list. This song is phenomenal, and he wasn't going to let himself be unnoticed in 2021, even if it meant grabbing that year and not letting it go. This was going to be my favorite hit of the year for the longest time until a certain song was released.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, this song just puts me in awe every time I hear it. It's flamenco style beat, and it's almost too catchy of a chorus. This song is a true expression of Lil Nas' sexuality, and he is not sugarcoating anything. He is proud of who he is, and that's very inspirational to me. That he is honest and open with everyone about himself and doesn't give a single fuck, no matter what type of backlash he gets. So yeah, this is basically the audio form of one of my new idols. Um, one of my new idols in audio form, and I love everything about this song and what Lil Nas X stands for.
Yeah, that was beautiful, man. Like, wow, you really
Yeah.
you talking to my heartstrings.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, it really is a genuinely great track. I love Industry Baby a lot more, but Call Me by Your Name like really is like so meaningful in its lyrical content. It's beautiful in its production. Great video, like kick ass video.
Oh yeah.
Not just him giving the devil a lap dance, but like overall, like beautiful, beautiful video. So yeah, I
hmm
really love Call Me by Your
Yeah, and I triple nine said his thoughts. So I guess we're moving on. Uh, yeah. So triple nine. What was your number two?
"Happier Than Ever" by Billie Eilish.
Name.
Oh
Ooh,
my
That
God.
ooh,
second half just solidifies the song's placement.
ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Ooh,
uh, yeah. I'm gonna have more to speak on that maybe. But Sundrop, what was your number two?
my number two was "Good for You" by Olivia Rodrigo. So,
Okay.
yeah, 2021 was the year of Olivia Rodrigo, and it's not even close. When we look back on this year, we'll recognize it as the year she owned. Again, it would feel kind
hmm
of dirty to not include anything from her on this list. And while I could have chosen the nostalgic Deja Vu, the somber trader, or the emotional punch that started it all, that being driver's license. I landed on her biggest hit from this year, Good For You, because I just adore the sheer anger it presents. That bass line they open up with immediately sets the raging tone. You then have the haunting backing vocals, the guitar slowly crescendo into the song, and as the chorus is just beginning, bam! Drums come out guns blazing, and you have yourself an authentic pop punk single. I can't remember the last time we had one of those. It's perfectly fitting for the song, too. Olivia is steaming mad that her ex is now seeing a new girl just a few weeks after they broke up, which he seems to be perfectly okay with. This aggravates Olivia because she has to endure so much anguish from their broken relationship, and now that he's completely moved on, she's left picking up the pieces he left behind. It's like I'm suddenly transported back to 2007, and I ain't just talking about the Haley Williams copyright claims. It really does feel like Olivia Rodrigo is helping. It really does feel like Olivia Rodrigo is helping rock music, become relevant again. With her being tagged along with the likes of Machine Gun Kelly, Monoskin, Willow, and newcomers like Gale, we could actually see the genre make a comeback. Of course, there was one other huge influential rock song from this year, which we'll touch on soon. But right now, I'm tossing the crown to Olivia for having a stellar start to her music career.
Yeah. So Good For You, I feel like had a lot more potential than what was presented. Um, like I feel like a great song could have been crafted out of this, but like yeah, especially the chorus. Like if you, I really don't like comparing it, but if you compare it to like Misery Business, which
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people like to do, the the chorus just seems so muted. Like if she was angry, I like having having like that guitar breakdown in the chorus go much harder would have, I guess, sold that more for me. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Triple Nine. Any thoughts on Good For You?
Um, the like a damn sociopath bit kind of brings the song down for me, but otherwise, I love the song.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Nice. And then Triple Nine. Did you share your number two pick?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, happier than ever.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, so yeah, now moving on to our number one pick. As
All
per
right.
tradition, we are going to say our number one picks at the same time and then talk about it afterwards.
All right.
Okay, so ready?
Right.
Three, two, one. Happier
Happier
Than
than
Deja
Ever
vu.
by
ever.
Billie Eilish.
Happier than ever. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, so I guess I'll start out.
Okay.
And I'll say that, yeah, Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. Where to start with the song? This is, I think, Billie's best song ever that she's ever made by leaps and bounds. The beginning is already an amazing start with this very 60s acoustic ballad throwback, but the song doesn't stop there. The second half is where the song actually shines through in the best way. The slow buildup of the rock elements to that final climax, where she's letting it all out about a relationship that didn't end well, and now realizing she was being taken advantage of. The first time I listened to it, I think I might have actually shed a tear because Billy's emotion was that powerful in the second half. Um, and the song still gives me chills to this day while listening to it. I'm glad this was able to sneak by into the year end, as I think it's probably the best thing to hit the year end in years, and it shows that her and her brother's creative streak hasn't died yet, and how their chemistry as a duo is just getting better every year. Um, yeah.
Oh, nice. I got a lot to say about Happier Than Ever. So let's jump to Triple Nine's number one.
Hmm.
Deja vu. Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Interesting.
it's just a beautiful sounding song, and I really like the fuzzy guitar, distorted sounds in there, and I do like how she sings in the second verse. Um, she loves Billy Joe 'cause you played her uptown girl. I love how she sings that. There's just a lot about the song I really love.
Oh man, I think I've already shared my
Mhm.
thoughts on Deja Vu.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
think it's time I discuss Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish, my number one pick. Like when I first listened to Happier Than Ever, I knew it was going to be my number one pick easily. Like right off the bat, I adore how the song starts off with a soft acoustic aesthetic, which contrasts the sad lyrics she sings and muffled vocals. It has a calming atmosphere to it, but you know that Billy is hurting inside. It all seems gentle at first, but then the guitar picks up the tempo. Suddenly, it's an electric guitar. Then, as it shreds a little, they bring in the intense drums, and as Billy screams her notes with the backup vocals, bang, bang, we're given an epic punk rock ballad where Billy lets all of hell loose, allowing those drums to vibrate massively, having the guitar reach all sorts of pitches, shrieking her notes to the heavens, allowing the anger and sadness to release from her body as she's moving past her abusive boyfriend. I don't think people notice, but the lyrics also rack up with intensity. The acoustic section simply talks about how he'd do the opposite of what he's told, or not meet up when she needed him to. But when that electric guitar enters, she sings about his drunk driving, his tendency to roast her online, and the fact that he kept her separated from her friends and family. It's so detailed that it actually feels like we're peering into her life and getting a glimpse of what ghoulish nightmare she was forced into. Throughout the Happier Than Ever album, Billy sings about different kinds of troubling relationships she's experienced at such a young age, especially on Your Power, which was probably my favorite song to react to on TikTok this year. So this adds a special layer of subtext. I think this type of song will truly help anyone who's been through some very messed up relationships in their lifetime, or even going through it now. It's a feeling of catharsis that anyone who's been in her position can connect with. Like, I understand that Billy hates winning Grammys, but if I'm being honest, I'm legit rooting for Billy to walk away with something. Because a night where Happier Than Ever wins nothing would truly exemplify how out of touch the awards are. Happier Than Ever, the best hit song of 2021.
Agreed.
uh yeah, that one got her really excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we've all pretty
Anyway.
much shared our thoughts on this song, so
Mhm.
yeah, I think that's our those are all of our best lists.
Yeah. What I thought was pretty interesting is we all kind of had very similar ones, apart from very few changes,
Right.
which really surprised me. But yeah.
Hmm. Like some of our rankings were even the same. Like I had like we had Telepathia at the same number and Happier Than Ever.
Mhm.
It's so
Yeah.
yeah. Like I can't believe I put Jonas Brothers and Justin Bieber on my best list together in the same year.
Who would have guessed?
I like my past self would never believe me if I told him
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, I never thought I would be putting. Let me see. Oh, Machine Gun Kelly in a best
Machine Gun
list. If
Kelly,
you asked me
yeah.
like 2 years ago.
It's so like what the heck?
Hmm.
But
Um. But yeah. Anyway, would you like to close us off, Sundrop?
yeah. So this is where you get off, and hopefully you will take a trip with us again soon. But before we let you go, we would like to ask you to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed the ride. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next trip.
Hmm.
All right,
Bye.
bye bye.
Bye.